this is Rune here, and I've been watching a lot of anime recently. Okay, fine. That was a lie. I've been a little too busy to watch much anime recently, but I did just start a new Isekai from the fresh brand new season of anime that's airing right now. And it reminded me of just a couple things I don't particularly enjoy about the genre, so I decided to make a video and complain about it. Now, to get things started, for those who may not know what Isekai is, it is a Japanese genre that revolves around a normal person from Earth being displaced, transported to, reborn, or otherwise trapped in a parallel universe, fantasy world, or virtual world. It is an incredibly popular genre, with all sorts of anime, light novels, manga, you name it, jumping on the trend, especially within the last 10 years or so. Honestly, I really love Isekai. It can be super interesting to read about or watch someone whisked away from their normal life and thrust into a world unlike their own, fighting to survive and to achieve their goals. But I feel like because Isekai is such a huge trend right now, we've been seeing a lot more stories that aren't really written the best and could be made so much better if they just changed a few minor things. Which brings us to those issues that I want to talk about today. So, number 1, question it. Honestly, I feel pretty annoyed that I even have to bring this one up, but I've seen in so many isekai stories, especially recently, where the main characters don't even question their situation. They find themselves transported to a new world or reincarnated in a new world in a new body, and they're just, oh, I'm in an unfamiliar world and in the body of a so-and-so, what's it? Must be death and reincarnation. Absolutely no other explanation. Yeah, these characters don't question it at all. It's like, if I was in this situation, I wouldn't just immediately jump to reincarnation. I'd be more like, what is this? What's going on? Is this a dream? Am I dreaming? Did I eat something bad and I'm hallucinating? Is this death? Is this the afterlife? Have I died? Oh no! Something more like that. I would most certainly not be like, oh heck yeah, I was stolen from my old life with little to no chance of seeing my friends and family again. But heck yeah, I'm in a fantasy world now. Time to get all the babes, achieve all my dreams, and become the strongest man that anyone in this world has ever dared to see. Yeah, no, if I ever react like that, you have permission to slap me. But, speaking of having little to no chance of returning to your old life, that brings us to number 2. The past doesn't matter. So it's already bad enough that these main characters don't question the situation. But on top of that, they don't seem to care much about the life they just lost. Like, they don't miss their family, they don't miss their friends, they don't miss any activities they love to do in their old life that may not be available in their new one. It's like they get so hyped up about their transportation/reincarnation that anything that happened prior just doesn't matter to them anymore. And I get it. The idea of having a new life in a fantasy world is super appealing, especially considering how dull life in our normal world can be sometimes. But that aside, I think most people probably have one or two things from their old life that they would miss and mourn the loss over once they realize they're either not going back or that it would be a long, hard process to return. Such as your family, friends, hobbies, like I mentioned. You might also love your job. You might have a pet you're taking care of. Even, that kind of counts under family and friends. But still, there's a lot to like in our life that we have here now. So I think a lot of people, if they found themselves suddenly transported to another world, or they died and reincarnated, whichever situation it is, they would probably care and miss something that they no longer have. Even in the excitement of a fantasy world, you would still feel sad that you had to give everything else up. Everything you've ever cared about is gone and no longer within reach for you. And on top of all that, a lot of the time the story doesn't even touch upon their old life. Like, you get within the first 5 to 10 pages of a light novel or manga, or within the first episode of an anime, like the first 5 minutes of an episode. That's when the transportation happens. Just like the author just jumps to it as quick as they can. It doesn't give any information about their old life. Oh, because why? Because the main character is not gonna care, and therefore it's not gonna matter. That's why. And I think it's dumb. Like, I want to see more isekai like Digimon. The original Digimon Adventure anime is a good example of an isekai where the characters' old lives still play heavily into the story. Not only is their main goal to return to their world and their old lives, as well as saving the digital world, but they also frequently talk and think about their old lives. They miss their family, they miss their friends, they miss everything that a normal person in that situation would miss. We need more stories where that's a thing. We need more isekai where the characters actually care about what they lost. And I'm gonna riot until we get it. Others, add in some misery for the fact that they lost their old lives. Just do it. I don't want to see just pure excitement for the situation. I want to see some sadness, because that's how a lot of people would realistically feel in that situation. And that's about all I have on that today. So, to sum things up, if these isekai main characters acted like normal freaking human beings, questioning their situation, as well as at least talking about or thinking about their old lives, then I feel like these isekai would be a lot better. They would certainly have stronger beginnings, at least. So, if any of you out there are considering writing your own isekai story, please keep what I said here in mind. I really think it would help your story to be a lot better. And, as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have, then why not leave a like? And then definitely subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Thank you guys all so much for watching with me today, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye!